your host Hanan Ali, and you are watching Tarbiyya TV's 2016 election coverage. We have Newcastle County Executive candidate Mr. Mark Blake in the show. Mr. Blake is a Republican candidate. Mr. Blake, welcome to Tarbiyya TV.
Thank you, Hanan. Appreciate you having me on today.
What is a county?
Well, Newcastle County is the second largest government in the state of Delaware. It doesn't have all of the same functions as the state government. It has a legislative and an executive branch, but no judicial branch. And its budget is about $300 million a year. Provides some of the basic services like public safety, which would be police, paramedic, and contributes to the 21 volunteer fire companies throughout Newcastle County. Also does land use, parks and libraries, and that ever exciting thing called sewers.
What is the job of a county executive?
County executive basically is that of the governor or the mayor of the county, providing the oversight to make sure that all of the policies and procedures are fairly provided to businesses, residents, and the community at large. Providing for the public safety is one of the largest functions. It consumes about 63 cents of every tax dollar that goes to the county. And that doesn't leave a lot for all the other things, but we have world-class parks and libraries that have become sort of the hallmark of Newcastle County.
Why are you running to be a county executive?
Well, one of the things I've seen, Hanan, is in my 14 years as a civic and community volunteer, I've been doing a lot of this work as a private citizen. And that's something I encourage everyone to do, is get involved where you are at the local level and work your way through so you better understand how government works. I believe that with what I bring as a fiscal conservative, that we can actually cut the waste that's in most governments. There's somewhere between 5 and 10% right now, which would translate into $15 to $30 million that we could save that could be reallocated to help us increase our parks, could help us pay our first responders more because they're actually paid less than the state police and the University of Delaware police, on average about $10,000 a year. So we have some disparity there. So one of the things as the county executive, I view it as the CEO of the company called Newcastle County. And my job is to make sure it's run fairly, honestly, ethically, and very efficiently. Well, it's one of those things when you ask people, they don't even really understand what the county does for them because we don't do roads and we don't have a lot of the other things that the state does as far as benefits that are provided. But a lot of what we do are quality of life issues. If you think about it, if somebody wants to relocate here their business, they have to navigate through the county processes, which can be quite cumbersome. And so one of the things I want to do is make that process more open and transparent, where everyone has a seat at the table, has a voice that can be heard equally, and that we can actually work to provide a consensus to get the best possible project for everyone at hand without impacting adversely the environment or the traffic that we have here in the county. Oh, it's absolutely very important. I couldn't wait when I was first 18 years old and became a registered voter, and I voted in every election there ever was, be it a school board election, a local council person's election. Even when I traveled, and I've traveled all over the world, I've cast an absentee ballot if I knew I wasn't going to be there. You absolutely, no matter what political party or person you favor, you should go out and vote. That is one of the fundamental rights, that is one of the greatest things we can have as American citizens, is to be able to vote. And my grandfather used to say, when someone would start talking politics, he would stop them and say, "Excuse me, did you vote in the last election?" And if they didn't, he says, then I don't want to hear you give your opinion on something unless you were part of the process. So it's very important. I encourage everyone, vote, take your neighbors out if they can't get there, if they're not able to get there, absolutely show up and vote. It is your voice, and that one voice can translate into millions of voices.
Thank you very much, Mr. Blake. This is Tarbiyya TV's 2016 election coverage, and I'm your host, Hanan Ali. Assalamu alaikum.